Everyone over here now. We are going to now solve the Q&A. Please come to your Q&A material. Okay. People on the board. Sir, why is solving Q&A very important? Baba, people listen to me very carefully. What we have now gone ahead and done, what you go ahead and generally do is you go ahead and learn the law. Or in the class also, what do you go ahead and do? You go ahead and learn the law. Baba, learning the law is one thing. Going ahead and representing the law. See, one is learning everything conceptually. People, one is learning everything conceptually, which every teacher in the country will go ahead and teach you only. Baba, a teacher is meant to teach you, he will teach you conceptually. Correct, everyone? Did we learn the chapter number one conceptually? Yes, sir. Have you gone ahead and learned conceptually? Yes, sir. Now, when you have learned it, application of the law is very important. For an example, if I tell you one mechanical engineer, he has done engineering. After that, he has to go ahead and apply what he has learned. And applying is very difficult. We students, what we go ahead and do is, or when we go ahead and learn something, we know how we remember. But when I tell you to pick up your pen and start writing, you will not be able to do it. The first time a student writes in his life is in the exam hall. He will take 4 attempts to pass. 100%. Why? Because first time practice is in the exam only. Baba, exam is not to practice. Exam is to demonstrate your practice. Are you guys able to understand? Just imagine me going ahead and telling Virat Kohli everything about bat, everything about a ball. He knows everything, but he never picked up a bat and a ball. First time he picked up was in the stadium where he went to play. Match. Will he win? Will he be able to hit a sixer? CA students think that they will be able to hit a sixer first time if they write also. Do you think you will be able to do it? Not possible. And students have become so lazy these days. They don't want to pick up one pen, pick up one notebook and start writing. No, no, not possible. Because that is too much of effort. When I am talking, listening is very easy. Sit, sleep, listen. It's okay. But when you have to write and solve, no, you will understand your brain has to work. It has to be 100% active. What is the question asking? What am I writing? How do I start? How do I end? You have to know everything. Are you guys able to understand? So, Baba, might be you have already learned the law, but applying the law is next level, which is there. To apply the law, you have to retain also. To retain, you have the chart book, which is there, from where you can go ahead and revise all the whole chapter quickly. Once you revise the chapter, you have to apply. When you're applying, you have to form it properly. Arrange it and come in paragraphs. Are you guys able to understand? First paragraph will be the law, second paragraph will be my observation, third paragraph will be my conclusion. Do you guys know what is the difference between a question which says examine, a question which says state, a question which says state with brief reason, a question which says elaborate, a question which says discuss? Are you able to know the difference? Students says only one thing: I will write my way. My way is student's way. Whatever I know, I'll write everything and come. Let him decide. Whatever he wants, he will keep it. Only that much mark he will give you. Baba, do you think that's a good way of doing it? Do you think that's a good way of doing it? You told your mama, I want to eat food. She told, Almira is there. Whatever you want, you take it. Everything is there. Will you like it? Or you want, okay, take this specific thing? Yes or no? When the person is asking you a specific question, please go ahead and give him a specific answer. Are we clear, everyone? Students go ahead and write everything they know. They've asked you about registration, they will write everything about registration and come. Why do you have to go ahead and go round, 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 round? No, no, no. You have to hit the nail. What is he asking? Give that much only. How many of time you have seen students coming out of the exam hall and saying, "Sir, I could complete only 80 marks." Many times you will listen. Why a student could write 80 marks, 70 marks or 80 marks? Because rest 20 marks also he could have written. But in that 80 marks, when he was writing that 80 marks, he wrote all nonsense. What was not required only. And he wasted time. Baba, a question paper is set in a manner that you can complete in 3 hours easily. It is created for human beings only. It is created for students only. A student can 100% write it in 3 hours, but what happens? A student, he will write cut, he will write, he will cut, he will write extra. That is the place where you are wasting your time. Are we clear, everyone? So what we have to go ahead and learn in the Q&A solving, we have to learn how to apply the law. So first you have to revise one chapter. Once you are done revising a chapter, you have to go ahead and start solving the Q&A. Now please come to your Q&A material, everyone. Q&A material may this Q&A material which is there is for your May 23, or if you are writing your exam in November 23 also, along with amendment. Baba, one set of amendment you can go ahead and do, and you can first you have to do the amendment, and then you can go ahead and solve it for November 23 also. So I'm writing my exam in November 23. Can I practice now, Baba? Yes, you can practice now also, no problem. Later you can just see one amendment. Amendment will be there on the YouTube channel. Can I go ahead, everyone? Now. Everyone over here, please come to the index is there. Index is over here. ठीक है. I've gone ahead and written what is the coverage of the book, how much we have gone ahead and coverage, and how to make best use of it. First, you have to go ahead and revise. Once you are done revising, what will you go ahead and do? You have to start attempting question. Once you go ahead and write one question, your answer has to be compared with the answer given by the ICI. Once you compare, you will see the difference. Slowly, if you are able to see your differences, then what will you do? You will start rectifying them. Students go ahead and tell me, sir, we have written this test series, that test series. But test series are good, but they will only give you marks, and marks will never tell you what is your mistake. Are you guys able to understand? Writing test series, you will get into a habit of writing, but who will tell you what is the mistake done by you? You have to sit and see the paper, that okay, sir, this is the place I did not write. Are you guys able to understand? When you write your answer and you compare your answer, that's the best way to learn. You have to write one answer, you have to compare one answer, see the differences, and the differences has to be rectified. Can I go ahead, everyone? Let's go ahead and start with the first question which is there. What is GST? Okay, sir, GST means any tax on supply of goods, services, or both, except alcoholic liquor for human consumption. Sir, then they are telling you what are the features of GST. GST is what? It's a tax. It's a tax on supply. It's a consumption tax. It's a destination based tax. It's a value added tax. Homework. Sir, again, can you guys see over here? List. They have told you just to list down. So it means you don't have to explain. If they would have told list with brief reasoning, then you have to give reasoning, or list with brief explanation, then you have to explain all the law one by one. Are you guys able to understand? So here they have told what are the taxes which are gone because of coming of GST. What are the taxes which are state taxes which are gone because of coming of GST. What are the taxes which have not gone because of coming of GST. Can we go ahead, everyone? And they have just told you to list down. So you don't have to write the law write the tax ka name and explain. No. You just have to list. List means what? Just write the name. Can I go ahead, everyone? The next question. Can you see? Discuss the validity. Can you guys see over here? Discuss the validity. GST is a destination-based tax on consumption of goods or service or both. GST is a destination-based tax on consumption. Correct or not? Do you guys already know? Yes, sir. It's a destination-based tax. Tax will ultimately go to which government? Where the goods are finally consumed. Discuss the validity of the statement. But when I say discuss the validity of the statement, what will you say? Your first sentence. Is that statement valid or not? Yes or no? So the way of writing is what? Yes, the given statement is valid. Or no, the given statement is not valid. You guys have already learned. I've already taught you that GST is a destination-based tax on consumption of goods. Yes or no? Tax will ultimately go to which government? Where the goods are finally destined or consumed. Start writing. Pick up your pen and write. Your first thought will be how to start. Right, Baba, right? Pick up your pen and start writing the answer. People watching at home, remember one thing. If you don't start writing today, you'll 100% fail. So you have to pick up a pen, pick up a notebook and start writing now. Start writing now. Pick up your pen and pick up and start writing now. I'll pause the video, start writing. Write the answer, then we'll go ahead and compare our answer. Right. Are we done writing, everyone? Done? Okay. Still writing? Chalo, let's compare. It says GST is a destination based tax on consumption of goods or service or both. Yes, sir, GST is a destination based tax. The tax ultimately goes to the government where the goods are finally destined or consumed. Correct? Discuss the validity. They have told you to discuss the validity. They have not asked you only. If they would have told you state the validity, whether it is valid or not, then you would have just told yes, it is valid, no, it is not valid. Can I go ahead, everyone? The given statement is valid. Whenever they say discuss the validity, the first line will always come is this: the given statement is valid. GST is a destination based tax on consumption of goods. GST is known as destination based tax since the tax would accrue to the tax authority, which has jurisdiction over the place of consumption, which is also termed as the place of supply. Means tax will go to which government? Where the place of supply is there, where the destination of the goods is there. Can you see the standard of the line? Are you guys able to see the difference? Students never understand the difference. Students always write the first time is in the exam. They think that theory is never to be practiced because theory to we already know. How will you know? Can you see the first line? What a quality of line this is. They are telling the tax will accrue to which tax authority? Where the place of supply is there. Can we go ahead? You understood. Understanding and bringing your head to your paper is a very difficult task. Can we go ahead, everyone? The next one. Sir, for an example, if A in Delhi procures the goods and sells the goods to B in Haryana, in this case, the tax would accrue to the state of Haryana and not to the state of Delhi. On the other hand, under pre-GST regime, old origin-based taxation was prevailing. In such case, under origin-based taxation, the tax used to stay accrue to the state from the where the goods have originated. Do you remember earlier what used to happen? Whenever I am selling goods from one state to another, I used to charge CGST, and CGST used to be paid to the origin state government. Do you guys remember this? And hence, never destination-based taxation principle was followed for this. So one state to another state earlier, when goods were sold, CST used to be charged. CST used to go to whom? Origin state government, and never in that state used to get the tax ka credit, and never your government also got any tax because the tax remained in the origin state. In the given case, under origin based taxation, the central sales tax would be levied by the center and collected by whom? State of Delhi and not by the state of Haryana. But now what is followed in GST? GST is a destination based tax where if you are selling the goods from Delhi to Haryana, the tax will go to which jurisdiction? Haryana. Is my point clear? Baba, in your dreams also you would have not thought that they will write this. Correct or not? Yes or no? But you know the concept. Even after I've told you, if you write this again, you will see there is a difference. If I write again, then also you will see there is a difference. 3 to 4 attempts it will take at least at home to go ahead and know how to write an answer. And the first attempt a student gives is in the exam hall. That is why they take 2 years to pass. Are we clear, everyone? If you want to pass in the first attempt, the only solution is to start practicing. Please start writing. The more you write, the better you are going to be. Can we go ahead, everyone? Theory also has to be practiced. Practical to practice, but practical and theory both are to be practiced. Now, sir, what are the benefits of GST? Baba, if you go ahead and revise from the chart, what are the various benefits of GST which are there? Sir, benefits of GST. What are the benefits? Sir, creation of one unified national market. Sir, Make in India initiative is being boosted. Enhanced investment is there. Mitigation of ill effects of cascading. Then ease of doing business has come. The next one is automated process by using of information technology. The next one over here is reduction in compliance cost. Compliance cost have come down. Sir, small entrepreneurs are being benefited. And then double taxation and multiple taxation is gone. These points you can write inside wala. Inside what is to be written, I've spoken. What is to be written inside, I've already told you. How will you write the content? If I start telling you now, no, just start writing, you'll start crying. Correct or not? Students never practice this. In the exam given for 3 marks, how much will you get? 1 mark. Written 80 mark, got 40, failed. Got 35, failed. Because average will never come. If you don't write and practice, remember one thing. For all the subjects, if you don't write and practice, you will be lacking behind with the sum total. Means 200 marks is the passing. 40 you will get. But the 50 to reach, you have to practice. Otherwise, there's no other way. Can I go ahead, everyone? Next. What are the types of tax proposed to be implemented? Why is GST dual GST required, everyone? Baba, what is the type of tax which is what is the type of model which we have proposed? Dual model. What will happen in dual model? Central government will collect CGST, state government will collect SGST. Are we clear, everyone? Sir, why is dual model suggested in India? Because India has one is the central government, one is the state government. Correct or not? Central government will need its own taxes, state government will need its own taxes. So central government will go ahead and levy its own tax, and state government will levy its own tax, which is CGST and SGST. Now to go ahead and write this, Baba, you will see stars when you start writing this. It's such a simple question, correct or not? Then this is your homework. Question number 8 will be your homework. This is just a theoretical question, no problem. Please come over here. Sir, write a short note on the various list. Have I told you about the various list? What are the various list which is there? One is the union list, one is the state list, one is the concurrent list. Union list may who will make the law? Parliament. Sir, who will make the law for the state list? State government. Basically state legislature. And the last one is both the government will make the law together. Sir, discuss. Can you guys see discuss? If they would have told over here state, then you just have to state that alcoholic liquor pay, what will happen? Center state excise duty, VAT, and CST. Correct, everyone? But now they have told you to discuss. It means you have to completely write properly. Have I explained you what are the various taxes which are there? Baba, if you go ahead and see over here, these are the various taxes which are there on various goods and services. Correct? But if they tell you to explain, you have to write properly and come. Can we go ahead, everyone? Next. Under goods and service tax, only value addition is taxed and burden of tax is to be borne by final consumer. Examine the statement. Is the statement correct, everyone? Examine. Examine means first you have to say, is it correct or not? If they would have told validity, then you have to say, yes, the statement is valid, or no, the statement is not valid. If they are telling you, examine the correctness, then you have to say, yes, the statement is correct, or no, the statement is not correct. Are you able to see the difference? Next. Under GST, only value addition is to be taxed, and burden of tax is to be borne by the final consumer. Examine the correctness. Baba, have I already? If I go ahead and tell it to you like this, everyone over here, is this statement correct? Yes. Ultimate bakra is who? Consumer. Baba, what will happen to a trader, wholesaler? A trader, wholesaler, etc. Whenever they buy, they will get the credit. Whenever they sell, they will have the output tax liability. They will always be using the output tax liability against in their for the output tax liability. They will always use their input tax credit and pay only the balance. So ultimate consumer is the person who will be bearing the burden. But tell me, how will you write this in such short? If they ask you for 2 marks, you guys already know that ultimately who is going to bear the burden? Consumer. Whatever value addition I make, on that only I have to pay the tax to the government. But how will you write this? By practice. Can I go ahead, everyone? The next one. Why was there a need to make constitutional amendment and for introduction of GST? Discuss the significant provisions of the 101 Constitutional Amendment Act. Everyone listen to me very carefully. Why was there a need to make constitutional amendment? What was the need to make constitutional amendment, everyone? Why was there a need to make constitutional amendment? Because the law to be made by law of GST has to be made by center and state together, and to give concurrent power, to give equal power to both of them to go ahead and make GST, they went ahead and introduced what? Article number 246A, and hence there was a need to make constitutional amendment. See over here, there was a need to make constitutional amendment so as to enable integration of all these taxes which were there earlier, and to empower both center and state to simultaneously levy and collect GST. Sir, what are the significant provisions of the 101 Constitutional Amendment Act? Baba, when you read the Constitutional Amendment Act, the Baba, I told you constitution mein bill was introduced. First one bill will be introduced, then it will be passed through Lok Sabha, then it will pass through Rajya Sabha, and then what will happen? President assent will be given. Correct, everyone? And then it will become an act. So which is the act? Constitutional Amendment Act 101. They are going ahead and telling Constitutional Amendment Act 101 ka what are the significant provisions. What are the significant provision? Sir, concurrent power will be given to Parliament and state legislature to go ahead and apply what? GST. Article number 246A was introduced. Second, Baba, because of the Constitutional Amendment Act, what was done? Secondly, whenever it is interstate, 269A, interstate supply, interstate trade and commerce pay, what will be levied? IGST. IGST will be collected by whom? Central government. Central government will go ahead and then apportion it between center and state. Then the third thing, sir, how to go ahead and determine place of supply? Who will go ahead and formulate the law? Center. Do you remember article number 246? Do you remember article number 269A? Those things. Sir, GST will be levied on all goods and services except what? Alcoholic liquor for human consumption. Sir, on this product, GST will be levied from a date to be notified by government on recommendation of council. On what item? 5 item, HP man. Then, sir, the union government shall retain the power to levy excise duty on the aforesaid product, which is tobacco product. President is empowered to constitute what? GST Council. Sir, the Union Finance Minister is the chairman of the GST Council, and the minister in charge of all the states will be what? Members. Then the functions of the GST Council is to decide on important issues like tax rate, exemption, threshold, dispute resolution, and the provision of the GST Council came into effect from this date, and President constituted the GST Council on 15th. But Baba, do you guys already know this? Do you guys already know this? I taught you article number 246A. That happened because of what? 101 constitutional amendment. I told you article number 269A. Article number 269 happened because of which? Constitutional amendment. GST Council came because of what? Constitutional amendment. In the constitution, they introduced article number 279A. So basically, they have gone ahead and spoken here about three provisions. Which are the three provisions? Article number 246A, 269A, and article number 279A. That's it. But if you don't read and go, in the exam, you will be thinking, oh, sir to never told about this. Correct or not? Yes or no? So, Baba, applying the law and learning the law are different. Can we go ahead, everyone? Is this point clear to all? Baba, did you guys understand what is to be written? When they are talking, because to get GST, what are the changes done? Those changes were done by Constitutional Amendment Act 101. By Constitutional 101 Amendment Act, what are the changes they got? They got article number 246A, which provided Parliament and state legislature equal power to make GST. They went ahead and told IGST will be collected by whom? Central government, and then central government will apportion between center and state. They told on HP man, article number 279A told that will create GST Council. GST Council, how many members? 33 members will be there. GST Council constituted on what date? 15 September. Are we clear? Then they went ahead and told GST Council will go ahead and do all this function in article number 279A. Then they went ahead and told GST Council ka members are how many? 33 members are there. All those things which are told in this three section are nothing other than because of the constitutional amendment only, no? Because of the amendment, these articles were being introduced. So whatever is told in the article is basically the amendments. Because of Constitutional Amendment Act 101. Is my point clear to all? Why was there a need to amend the Constitution of India before introducing GST? Because both of them had to be given equal power to go ahead and implement what? GST. Central government had to go ahead and implement CGST. State government had to go ahead and charge SGST. Now, when both the government want to go ahead and charge GST together, not implement, when both the government want to go ahead and charge GST together, both wanted equal power. And for equal power, they went ahead and introduced article number 246A. Baba, to write this, article number 246A, you will start sweating when you write. Practice it at home, you will understand. Then we say, discuss article number 269A. What is article number 269A, everyone? Article number 269A told IGST will be collected by whom? Central government, and then central government will apportion between center and state. Second thing they told, whenever it is place of supply, the principles of place of supply, who will go ahead and decide? Central government will go ahead and decide the principles of IGST, principles of place of supply. And then what is the next one they have over there? They went ahead and told on HP man, high speed diesel, petroleum crude, motor spirit, aviation turbine fuel, and natural gas. GST will be levied from a day notified by government on recommendation of council. Baba, when you go to your textbook and read article number 269A, where is 269A? Here, the same thing. Are we clear, everyone? But for this to be written in the exam, you have to practice and go. You have to read and go. Can we go ahead, everyone? Please come back. Article number 246A, did I go ahead and explain you? Baba, article number 246A. Yes. Next. GST Council. What is GST Council, everyone? The GST Council stands as the backbone of the whole GST law. What is the role of the GST Council? Or examine next question. Enumerate any five of which GST Council may make recommendation. What are the things for which GST Council can do? Give recommendation. Who are the members of the GST Council? How many members are there, GST Council? 33. Who are the member? Union Finance Minister, Union Minister of State who is in charge of Revenue and Finance, and 31 state ka Finance Minister or Taxation Minister or Minister nominated by that state. What are the functions of the GST Council? GST Council will go ahead and tell what are the taxes, those are to be subsumed, what are the taxes, those are not to be subsumed, what are the item on which GST will come, what will be the rate of GST, what are the items, those will be exempted from GST. Then special provision for special category state, registration limit. Baba, are you guys able to connect to this? Then HP man, high speed diesel, petroleum crude, motor spirit, aviation turbine fuel, and natural gas pay. From when will GST come? All these things will be recommended by whom? GST Council. List specify special category state. What is special category state, everyone? Humans of Tripura and Jammu and Kashmir. H for Himachal Pradesh, Uttarakhand. M for Meghalaya, Manipur, Mizoram. A for Assam, Arunachal. N for Nagaland. S for Sikkim, Jammu and Kashmir, and Tripura. Can I go ahead, everyone? How decision will be taken, everyone? How GST Council will go ahead and take decisions? Baba, how many GST Council may tell me one thing? GST Council, how many members are there? 33 members are there. How much is the quorum? Half of the number of members. Out of this, how many members are union member? 2. How many are state member? 31 state finance minister or minister nominated. Their votes ka weight is how much? 33.33%. Their votes ka weight is how much? 66.67%. Right, everyone? This is 100%. For majority to be taken, how much is required? 75%. For any decision to be taken, 75% is required. Now, this has to be divided by what? The number of members who are present and voting. The number of members who are present plus voting. So supposingly all the members are present and voting, then if one union minister says yes, then Baba, 33 divided by 2, 16.5% votes casted in favor. Another union minister says yes, again 16.5% votes casted in favor. Supposingly this divided by 31 state, per state how much percentage? 2 percentage. One state told again 2 percentage in favor. Again one state told yes, we agree with the decision. Again 2% in favor. Like that, how much has to be achieved, everyone? 75% for a majority to be achieved. Is my point clear to all? Always remember 33 members, 2 are union member, 31 is state finance minister. Their votes ka weight is how much? 33%. Their votes ka weight is 66.67. And for any decision to be taken, 75% is majority. Right, everyone? So this should always be divided by the number of members who are present and voting. Is my point clear to all? Sir, only when total number of members say yes, 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 and total is how much? 75%, then only decision can be taken. The same thing is written over here. Next. What is GSTN? Goods and Service Tax Network. What is GSTN? Goods and Service Tax Network. What is the role of in the GST regime, or discuss any two functions of the GST? GSTN, Goods and Service Tax Network. Baba, have you already understood about GSTN over here? What is the GSTN, Goods and Service Tax Network? It's a company which has been created. What is the company going ahead and doing? The company is going ahead and building the IT infrastructure. Basically, wherein what will happen? Basically, wherein what will happen? People can go ahead and take registration, pay the taxes, file the refund, claim, right? Everyone file all the returns, etc. GSTN ka functions are written over here. But in the exam, to write this, you have to go ahead and apply your brain and write. Can we go ahead, everyone? Next. Home furnishers registered under GST has been served a demand order by CGST officer. Baba, home furnisher is there. They have been furnished one demand order by whom? CGST officer. Does home furnisher need to approach both central and state appellate authorities for exercising its right to appeal? Then, for its order, it will go for which appeal? Baba, it will go only to the central appellate authorities. Means the if you are going against an order for an appeal, if the order is passed by a CGST officer, for an appeal also you will go to what? Central appellate authorities. If order is passed by SGST officer, then you have to go against that order for where? CGST, SGST, appellate authorities only. Basically, what it means is the officers who will be sitting in the appellate authority will also be SGST officers only. So, against an order of CGST officer, if you are going for appeal, you should go to central appellate authorities. If you are going against an order of SGST officer, you should go to state appellate authorities. Are we clear, everyone? Baba, I have not gone ahead and told you to write question answers till now, what I will suggest you, trust me, if you want to go ahead and score good in the exam, see, I told you to write one or two questions in the class. How difficult it was to pick up a pen and start writing. It was very difficult, right, everyone? Now, this was the first chapter, the first day of your learning question answers. So, I have not gone ahead and forced you to write much. But going ahead, I will make you guys write. Are we clear, everyone? And for that, I want you guys to today go home, write question answers from the chapter, write and compare to understand what is the difference. Are we clear, everyone? Where are you making a mistake? And also, when you are solving question answers, you'll have to make a note that one day before the exam, these questions I feel I should at least go ahead, read and go. Now, in my opinion, if you go ahead and ask me, this question number 20, which is there, is a very important question. Question number 19 is an important question. You can mark and keep if you want to. Here, I feel this GST Council wala question number 16 is important. Article number 246, 269 becomes very important. Sir, this one. Question number 12 is important. 10th one is important. Baba, you guys already know this. Huh. What are the taxes which have been subsumed, which have not been subsumed? This becomes A-graded questions from exam point of view. So I have told you question number 2, question number 10, question number 12, question number 14, 15, 16, 19 and 20. These questions, in my opinion, are the important question which you can't leave and go. These questions, so you have to write and practice. Other than that, the questions which are there, you can just read them to understand. Are we clear, everyone? I'll go ahead and stop my discussion on the Q&A relating to chapter number 1 over here. Bye bye. I'll go ahead and stop my class also over here. Have a great day, everyone. Take care. Bye, guys. People watching at home.